Welcome, guys. You guys are in the corner. My name's Danny Calafell. Each and every Monday, I come to you guys live where I talk about business, sales, and your finances. And I want to talk today about being known. I really want to touch on this. This is something that I know a lot of people tend to ask themselves or look around at people and are like, hey, do I want to be in a position like that, dude? Is that something that I want? We're all taught from young, stay under the radar, don't be too loud. And I really want to touch on that. Before I do, though, for those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, just to let you know, give you a little bit about my background, what qualifies me to be able to give you guys any type of advice, drop any information whatsoever, because I'm a very big advocate on you got to watch where you get your info from. Can't listen to everybody. Even though you have a lot of people that may care about you and they do give you advice and we do like to listen to them, you got to make sure where it's coming from, because sometimes they're just saying it because they care about you. It's not really going to actually get you the results that either you're looking to get, what it is that you're looking to accomplish, and so forth. So let you guys know a little bit about my background. For 18 years, I was in the sport of boxing. I did that at a world-class level, been in there with the best in the world. You name it, I was in there with them. And, I carried that over on the business, that same discipline, that same, rigorous work ethic, and carried that over to business and surrounded myself around nothing but great people. It was an obsession of mine to do when I was boxing at the time, so I went ahead and did that in business. I have some of the best relationships, partnerships with some of the largest companies in the world. I can name drop. I was joking, but one being Grant Cardone. So a lot of the things that you guys hear will sound very familiar and in alignment with Grant. I mean, I've been studying the guy for 9 years, almost 9 years. I've had my company. I own and operate 3 businesses right now. One will do little more than 7 figures next year. Last year we did a little over 4 million. That's where we scale companies. This is a consulting business. I also have an acquisition company with another partner of mine where we buy companies, we scale them, and we end up reselling them. And then I have another business where it's a workshop and seminar business. So that's a little bit about my background. And, when it comes to being known, I really want to touch on this. Like I mentioned, it's very important that I don't care whatever it is that you're doing, whether you have a career, whether you have a business, whether you're relating this to finances, whatever financial situation you're involved in. I can't stress enough the importance of this. I'll tie this to me, right? When I mentioned that I have relationships and partnerships with some of the largest companies and some of the most successful people, that all stemmed from me being known. Okay? Me being known. Maybe not to the degree that I'm on the trajectory towards right now. Maybe not to the degree that I'd like to be. But I got known enough to at least get in front of the right people. I got known enough to at least align myself with people that were known. Okay, whether they were celebrities, whether they were, in business doing huge things. I would purposely put myself in a position because I knew that regardless of whatever it was that I was doing, in order to build more connections, in order to help more people, which is one of the biggest goals I have, which is to help a lot of people. I'll put a number on it, 1 billion. Okay, 1 billion people. One of my goals is to have 1 billion people know who I am, my name, my mission, everything I have going on. Now, for a lot of people, that's like, okay, that's a lot of people. Yeah, but I also need teams to be able to do that. Right now, I have over 100 people under me and growing. And eventually, I need to get to the point where I have thousands. That's the goal of mine. And, I need to be more known. I need to get myself more out there. Going back to the story, though, okay, so, during the course of my boxing career, I made it a point to align myself with the right people so I can get in front of the people I needed to get in front of to help go towards what it is that I wanted to go towards, which was success, Now, I don't know what that means for you. Everybody has an idea of what it is that they want in their life eventually, which would be labeled success. Okay, it's some people look at success as having great health. Other people have an idea of success of having a lot of money. Other people find success in material things. Other people find success in spiritual things. Whatever it is that means to you, what I can say is, why not have it all? I don't like labeling and putting things in boxes. If you guys listen to anything Grant says, Grant always talks about, why not have it all? Okay, so I'm gonna at the end of all of this, by the way, I'm gonna drop two things that you guys can do to become more known. Okay, so if you're taking notes, get ready for that. But the first thing is, at one point you want to be known. Okay, I don't care. You could relate it to a business. At one point, if you don't have enough people that know who you are and what it is that you're doing, okay, they're not going to gravitate towards you. Grant says, if they don't know you, they won't flow you. People want to do business with people that are known. Okay, it's not so much the trust factor. The more I see somebody, the more I see them continuously show up and do things, the more I'm gonna eventually be inclined to say, hey, you know what, I could trust this person. Okay, but not everybody, and I'll throw an example out there. Not everybody knows everybody that works at Amazon, but you trust them with your things. Why? Because you know them. You heard their name. The more you hear things from people, the more you see people, the more you'll see more and more people gravitate towards you, right? The more I'm putting myself out there, the more people will start to gravitate themselves towards me. Hey, I've seen you around. Hey, I've seen you on this. I've seen you there. I've seen you here. I've seen you posting on social media. I've seen you over at this cafe for, every day this month. What's going on? What do you do? People start asking questions. It starts striking curiosity. It's what you do with the curiosity that does things, though. Okay, it's what you do, and it's just like anything in life, right? If you don't use the things that you have the ability to use, they go to waste. Money, you can have all the money in the bank. If it's not being used, it's just going to sit there in the bank doing nothing. If I got a skill set that I if I have knowledge, if the knowledge is not put to use, I'm just a smart person. That's it. By the way, there are broke people who are smart. Okay, it's just there's no transition of, okay, I got the information. What am I doing with it? So if you're known, you got a lot of people that know you. It's what you're going to do with that. I see a lot of people on social media. They care so much about these followers and these likes and all that. Okay, what are you doing with that? What are you doing to steer them in the direction you want to steer them in? Are you trying to sell them something? Do you want to have them to do something? You want to have them sign up to something that you have going on? You want them to go someplace? You want them to click here? What is it that you want them to do? This is the importance of, having an idea of, once you get the audience, what to do with them. Right? But it all starts with, I need to get known. If I'm a business owner, if I'm an employee, I need to get known in the company. You have companies that have 3,000. Shoot, you got Ernst & Young. They have over 300,000 employees. If you're not doing what needs to be done inside of the company and making it aware, you're gonna get lost in those 300,000 employees. Good luck moving up a position, high enough where you can actually make a difference in your life. Good luck. Because there's so much, there's so many weeds in there. It's like that saying. What's the saying go? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. I'm not gonna get what I want until they start recognizing and seeing what it. So it's like, I need to do what I need to do to make myself known, and I need to push that out there, right? And that's on the career side, because I can grow in a career. There's a lot. Listen. If you guys. I hear this so many times from so many people hit on this, and it frustrates and irritates the hell out of me when I hear people talk about, you have to be an entrepreneur in order to be successful. When you have the stats are 3 out of 4 millionaires work for somebody else. And this is I don't know who created the idea that you have to start a business from scratch and, start pushing it out into the marketplace in order to be successful. when you could just go and jump on board somebody that already has things moving and shaking and they're pushing stuff out. You could jump on their train and take off. Now the money's great in what you do with the money. So, and that's again making yourself known. How do I make myself known enough so I can get in front of somebody that I have the opportunity to be able to grow within a company with? Okay, how can I get myself known enough if I'm looking for a job? How can I make my resume stand out more than everybody else who applied? How can I get myself in a position where they think of me more than everybody else they interviewed? How can I do that? This is the importance of being known. This is where a lot of people, where they're like, I want to fly under the radar. I don't want a lot of people to know who I am. I'm happy just going to work and going home. Okay, well, that's why you're in the situation you're in. You're in the situation you're in because the right person or the right group of people don't know you even exist. You got people who post stuff on social media. They post it one time and they're like, all right, I got a bunch of likes. Yeah, okay. Let's see if you could convert those likes. Let's see if you could convert those followers. Let's see if you could convert those comments. That's what matters. The likes and comments don't really matter. Half of the stuff you could pay for anyways nowadays. It's like what the power is, can I influence these people to do something? The power is, can I get known enough where people start to depend on me to show up? I become so known and I'm known for not only my name, but my reputation, what it is that I do. If I'm showing up and I'm doing, for example, if I'm doing this show every Monday, and I do it long enough, people will start saying, well, damn, okay. If I miss a day, what happened? Did something happen? Did something go wrong? Okay. The next thing is sales, right? So those of you guys that are in sales, like if again, you're making calls, you're knocking on doors, you're sending out emails. If people don't know who you are, all that stuff's getting discarded. How many times do you guys, if you are in sales, just think back? How many times you've gotten no response? How many times you've felt that you're really pushing and you're really pushing and nothing's happening? They don't know who you are. Half the time they're not even opening up the email. They're just looking at it and they're disregarding it. Now, they get something from somebody that they know of or they heard about, or they somewhat know more or less what product or service that is. The chances of them opening up that email, the chances of them picking up that phone, or maybe the receptionist letting you through, is a lot more likely to happen than if they don't know who you are. They never heard of your name. They don't know what it is you do. I can get through to more people if I pick up the phone and I'm like, hey, I'm calling from Apple. Oh, wait a minute. I got an Apple phone. What's going on? Or hey, I'm calling from Microsoft. Or hey, you see an email, you say, hey, email from a known company. Email from Amazon. I got an Amazon account. What's going on? Are they giving specials out? Do they have discounts? Do I get a little discount code? Did something happen with my account? Like, you'll open the email up because it's known. All right, so two things I want you guys to write down. Okay, two things I want you guys to write down. And this is going to be power right here. This is two ways that you guys can this is two things that you guys can do right now to get more known out there. One of them I already covered. Okay. One of them I already covered, which is to be consistent. Okay, that creates dependability. All right, the more consistent I am in doing things, the more consistent I post on social media, the more consistent I make, the more consistent I reach out to the marketplace to try to talk to more people. The more consistent I am, let's take it personal. The more consistent I am of being a good friend, the more consistent I am of being a good listener. People will start to recognize that. People will start to look at me different because they're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. I know that guy. That's the guy that listens. I know that girl. She's the one that always likes to do this. Okay? I mentioned this before as far as showing up. Something as simple as showing up to a cafe, restaurant, some place that you like to go to. You show up enough times, you're going to start creating attention. People are going to eventually, they're going to be like, hey, I've seen you before. I've seen you around. What's going on? I've seen you here before. What do you do? They start becoming interested in you. It's amazing the way that works. You start showing up and being consistent at what you do at work. Let's say you're an employee. You start being more consistent at what you do at work. They're going to start recognizing. A lot of people, you guys do things one time and you're like, oh, they didn't recognize me for what I did. Well, of course not. It's not recognizable. You got to be more consistent. Double down on it. Do more of it. I show up on time every day. Why don't you start showing up early? Stop trying to do the bare minimum. That's not standing out. You're doing the same. You're doing your job. You're supposed to be there on time. You're supposed to leave at a certain time. Why don't you stay late? Why don't you come early? Why don't you work longer? You want a position so bad higher up in the company. Why don't you do things to stand out, to make them say, wait a minute, who's this? Everybody else leaves at 5. She stays till 8. Everybody else takes weekends off. She works the weekends. Everybody else takes holidays off. She pushes harder. Now, I know for some people that, the pushback is going to be, well, I don't want to work on weekends. I don't want to work holidays. I don't want to stay later. Okay, well, that's why you're in the situation you're in still. If you're in an uncomfortable situation, I know for me, I'm not happy where I am. I don't think I'll ever be happy where I am. And that works for me. Because I'm just hard on myself. In fact, I always say this. I'm so hard on myself, I don't think I'm hard enough. Okay, but that works for me. That works for what it is that I want. And I'm not saying for everybody to do that. What I am saying is, if what you want is to grow inside of a company or organization, you have to do what's necessary in order to get the attention of the decision makers that are in charge of doing that, enough where they start to recognize, you know what, this person could add a tremendous amount of value inside the company because they go above and beyond. They're a good example. They're a good role model. They're a good leader. This is somebody that we want at the top. We don't want to just promote anybody. We want to promote somebody that's going to be able to lead a team, a winning team, not a losing team. Okay. And the second thing, so that was being more consistent. The second thing is give value. And this is thrown around so much. Drop value, give value. I need to give. Giving value. I hear this from so many people, and what that really means is give without expecting anything back. Just give. I give this to you guys on Mondays. We got companies paying us $40,000 for this. We got companies. We have programs for $15,000. And I just give it. When you guys see Grant do webinars, we give it. Now, is there offers tied into that? Yeah, for those that want to take advantage of them. But if you don't, hey, that's fine. Take the material. We've had people. Listen. We've had people where we just dropped info, and they took that, they ran with it, and that's all they wanted, and that's what they got, and they ended up winning on that. That's fine if that works for you. If it doesn't, that's why we throw the other offers on top. Hey, take advantage of this. Take advantage of that. We got a boot camp coming up. We have a workshop coming up. We got a conference coming up. We have additional products and services. And I just went over the inventory last week. And man, I'm up to 27 different services that we offer. Okay? So, but I give, and I continue to give. I tell customers all the time, you work with me, you're going to get somebody who gives. You're going to get somebody who delivers. You're going to get somebody who gives more than you've ever been given. Because that's a challenge I do to myself. How much more can I give? Now, what does that do? That creates me being known. People start labeling me as, oh, okay, all right, he gives. all the connections I've built over the years, relationships, and like I said, I'm not one to really push stuff out, okay? But I think I've created some pretty amazing relationships over the last, I would say, over 20 years, and it was all from just pure giving. That's what I'm known for. I have some of the closest relationships with, I mean, huge names. Like I say the name, you guys would be like, oh my God, you know this person? Like huge names, known globally. Okay. And I don't have any pictures with him. It doesn't matter to me. Now, to the topic, would that help? Yeah, it would help. But maybe with that particular relationship, maybe I don't want to have a picture and throw that out there. Maybe I have different types of relationships, so I don't have to get a picture with that person. I get a picture with another and I put that out. But then I look back and then I'm like, okay, well, what's that going to do? Like, okay, I'm going to cause attention. But what's going to come from the attention? Because this is the things that I think about. I'm like, all right, am I taking a picture with this person just to post it up, just to show people that I was with this person? Or am I posting a picture for a reason? See, I don't want to take, that's just me. I don't want to take pictures just to take pictures. If I take pictures, it's going to be because I'm enjoying the moment. Not because I want to get a picture with somebody so I get a bunch of likes and followers. Get what I'm saying? I want to take a picture with somebody because I'm enjoying the moment. By me pushing this out, I could tell a story behind that. I could say, hey, you know what? I was with such and such. Not, hey, I saw such and such and I just ran up to them and just grabbed a quick picture and I ran off and they don't know who the hell I am. Like, that's weird. I don't know. That's weird to me. Anyways, so like I said, so number one would be consistent, and number two would be value. And I'll leave off with this before I do some Q&A. Look, it's more important for people to know who you are than you know others. Okay? I would rather have more people know who I am than me know who others are. And, you know, I know a lot of people talk about, I know this person, I know that person, I know this person. Okay, but when you walk by, do they know who you are? Like, everybody's heard of all the people you see on TV and in the movies and, you know, at conferences and certain places. But can they point you out? Do they know who you are? Like, that's what's important. I don't need to know a bunch of people. I need people to know who I am. So that's something to think about. I'm going to open it up for Q&As, Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse. Let's talk. Questions, guys. Questions. If no questions, I'm going to wrap up. I think I dropped you guys enough.
So how important, hi Danny, it's Vanilla. How important is it in your opinion, like if you move areas, so you move from one area of the country to another, what is your opinion on like your CRM, reaching out? I feel like it's very important. Your old customers, of course, always keeping customer for life, right? But reaching out, I think a lot of people forget about the people that have bought from them before, and they're looking more towards new clients. But how important do you think that is, keeping in touch with your previous clients?
Are you talking about follow-up?
Yeah, follow-up.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll give you this example, right? How many times do you see people, they don't follow up enough, and then it turns out next time you call that person, that person went ahead and did business with somebody else. Like a lot of you guys, that's a great point. A lot of you guys think, you know, that they just went with the cheaper option. A lot of you guys think they just went with somebody else because they offered more. What you guys don't understand is sometimes these people are real busy. A lot of times they are, especially if you're talking, the more successful somebody is, the less time they have. Okay, I'll just throw that out there. And chances are the people that you guys see that are really busy, those are the ones that you want to attack. Those are the ones you want to go after because those are the ones with money. I'm scared of the people that tell me, yeah, sure, I'll spend some time with you on the phone. Yeah, no, I no, thank you. I try to find my way out of that situation real fast. But here's the thing. Okay, follow up. So important, because it's not where I'm trying to get in contact with the person to do a deal with me. More so, I'm trying to get the person to remember me. Because out of all the busyness that they have going on in their life, they got their personal life, they got their business life, they got everybody trying to get on the phone with them and trying to sell them something and trying to offer them something and trying to get time from them and everything. And here you are, you presented them something, they liked it. They weren't at the moment pulling the trigger, and next thing you know, you call back a week later and it's like, oh, sorry, I went with somebody else. Yeah, okay, well, that's because you weren't top of mind. They forgot about you. And all they did was the moment somebody brought something to their attention, they're like, oh my God, yeah, that's right, I need that. And you didn't come in their mind for them to say, hey, you know what? Stop for a second. I remember Vanilla. She approached me last week. I got to get back to her. Thank you so much for reminding me. Hey, listen, if everything doesn't go as planned with her, I'll give you a call back. No, they didn't do that. They forgot you weren't even top of their mind. Why? Because they don't know who you are. You're not making yourself well enough, known well enough. My brain works faster than my mouth sometimes. But did that help out?
Yeah, and the one thing, and I'll hush, but the one thing I was referencing too, like I was in the appliance industry for years, worked for General Electric, so I had customers that would buy whole homes from me, right, kitchens. When I transferred over to selling cars, I took my book of business with me. Yeah, I know they weren't going to buy a kitchen, but everybody needs a car, pretty much, right? So I had a lot of people coming to me for a completely different product because they trusted me from the first time that they worked with me.
Yeah, trust. But how'd they get that trust? By knowing who you are.
Yeah, I send out birthday cards. I'll send out thank yous for a long time. I mean, I write down everything, and they're important to me.
Yeah, you stand out. So eventually, and Grant talks about this a lot. I'll say this. Most people think it's like, oh, I need to get the person to trust me in order for them to buy from me. No, you need to get the person to know who you are first. Okay? Eventually, they'll start to trust you. Sometimes people don't care about that. They care about, hey, you know what? Do I know this product well enough? Like I said, I don't know people who sold me a phone and sold me computers and all this stuff. I don't know any of that stuff. I know, and I don't care to. As long as it solves a problem for me, that's the only thing that matters. Like, the only thing I'm so concerned about is, do I have a phone to make calls? I don't know who sold me this. I trust Apple. But why did I trust Apple? Because I used it enough, and I heard of them before. I heard their name. How many times do you guys go on Amazon and you guys just start scrolling through the reviews? Why are you worried about the reviews? Because you want to see if other people have used it. You want to see if it's a known product. If you see one person used it in one review, chances are you're not going to buy it. I know I'm not. That's the one thing I look at. I'm like, all right, well, what are they saying about this? Did it break the next day? Did something fall off? All right, anybody else? Questions? Or was that it, Vanilla? Did that help you out?
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I just feel like the importance of your customer matters, right? So for me, it's a customer for life. So.
Well, I'll give you a stat. 48% of salespeople don't follow up one time. These are stats. Okay. And 80% of transactions take place after the 5th attempt. So it takes about 5 to 12 attempts before you for you to even do a deal with somebody. Okay, 1% of transactions take place in the first meeting, first call, first whatever, like first point of contact. So, that stat alone should already let you know. Like, I have customers I'm still reaching out to 4 years later, and we still haven't done anything with. Like, and that's nothing. Because over at Grant's office, you have some customers that, like, 15 years they haven't done anything. So, but they know him. You know? So, before 10 years ago, not a lot of people know who he was. Knew who he was. Now a lot of people are starting to know him. More people want to do business. It's the way this works. And no, they don't have to like you. They just need to be confident enough in what it is you're talking to them about. I don't need people to like me. People I get on the phone with people like, oh, we don't like that guy Grant. Hey, no problem. You don't have to like him. Do you know enough about him? Yeah, we do. We just don't like him. Okay, all right. You don't have to deal with him. You deal with me. All right, anybody else? Then we'll wrap up on here. Any other questions? I'm checking. Facebook, YouTube. We got anybody? Yeah. Awesome. That's it. All right. So, that being said, I hope you guys liked today. And if you did, like, post, share, comment below. If you didn't, tell me what you didn't like. I know I always throw that in there. But, yeah, share this out. I do this each and every Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys were in the corner. My name is Danny Calafell. I got to throw that in there. The importance of being known. Come on now. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. And I'll leave out like I always do. Your choices today reflect your outcome tomorrow. I'll catch you guys next week.